In the Hindi language, Don means villain. For example, Amrish Puri. Yes, I have to start. Okay, my dear friends. A good evening to all of you. As you know that I am taking the second class on the topic that is the Kamarjit Singh Kakkar versus State of Punjab. Everyone knows about this particular case. And as you know that this case is based on the Prevention of Corruption Act, which is prescribed in your syllabus as Unit 5. And on this point, there is a case. As you know that this is the second class. That's why I will brief in 5 minutes whatever I have discussed earlier. And after that, I will start whatever new things. And as you know that both the sections are combined, so it is not possible to bifurcate from where I have to start. Okay, so that's why from where you feel comfortable, you can get from where I am starting. Come to the point. This is the case. This is the question which was asked in previous year semester exam. And the case question was that discuss the law laid down in Kawarjit Singh Kakkar versus State of Punjab, decided by Honorable Supreme Court in 2011, referring to the Prevention of Corruption Act. As you know, that answer of this question is very simple. This is based on the Kamarjit Singh Kakkar. And another, why I have written and another means there are more than one appellant. Here, Kamarjit Singh Kakkar and another versus State of Punjab. This case is also known as a medical practice in evening. It means, as you know, that every maximum doctors use practice in evening times. Although it is legally prohibited, sorry, for the government employee, government doctors, it is legally prohibited. They can't do practice in evening or any time beyond the without the permission of the central government. And you can know, you can also understand by this case by the words quashing of the FIR. As you know that when the FIR was lodged against Kamarjit Singh and Rajinder Doctor, they approached to the Supreme Court for quashing the FIR. So that's why here point is very clear. This point is based on the point of the facts of the case, and this point that is questioning of the FIR is based on the legal point on the basis of which they approach to the lower, they approach to High Court and lower Supreme Court. As you know that. As you know that several times what happened that if you are not getting the remedy from the High Court, if you approach to the Supreme Court, you can get the remedy from the Supreme Court. As you know that the what happened today, as you that Mr. Arnav Goswami ji, he had got the relief from the Honorable Supreme Court. That is the good things for the democracy. As you know, everyone know that he was unable to get any types of relief from the High Court, but now he had got the relief from the Supreme Court. This is a good sign. And summary, what is the summary of this case? I will discuss the facts, issues, statutory provisions, leading cases, ratio, decisions. As you know that in 1 hour I will complete this class, and this case I will complete this case. There should not be any problem. Regarding the statutory provisions, in this case, here the PC Act as well as the IPC as well as some rules are involved. For example, here PC Act, here the IPC Act, here Punjab Civil Services rules are involved, and here Punjab Civil Medicals rules are involved. In this way, you can say that here the point number third talks about the civil service, and civil service also cover the medical services, but this rule is specifically about the medical, that is specifically related to the doctors. So these are the four statutory provisions which had been discussed in this particular case. Regarding the leading cases, here the state of Gujarat versus Mahesh Kumar Dheeraj Lal Thakkar, as well as Raj Rajendra Singh State versus State of Jharkhand have been quoted to give the judgment. And regarding the ratio and decision, several times I had clearly told you that there is a difference between the ratios and decision. And in one line, ratios is applicable even for the subsequent judgments, and the decision is applicable only to the parties. So that's why what was the issues of the case and what was the decision of the case, everything is very clear. We will discuss later on. And this case was decided by Honorable Supreme Court and Division Bench of the Supreme Court. And in that division bench, who was that? Honorable Mrs. Gyan Sudha Misra and Honorable Justice Markandeya Karju. These were the two judges who have decided this case. And Mrs. Gyan Sudha Misra had written the judgment of this particular case. And this case was decided on the 28th April 2011, and appeal was filed before the Supreme Court as a special leave petition under Article 136 of the Constitution of India. This is the very brief. Regarding the important date, I will discuss later on. And as you know that in both the classes, I have already discussed the facts. But still, you can say that on the 3rd April 2003, FIR was lodged, and they, against lodging of the FIR, they approached to the High Court, and High Court passed an order on the 2nd April 2009, and but High Court did not grant any types of relief, and they approached to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court delivered its judgment on April 28, 2011, and in this way they got the relief from the Supreme Court. My point is that here the FIR was registered under the PC Act as well as the IPC Act. Regarding the PC Act, everyone you can observe here 31D and Section 13 Class 2 are related. And regarding the 168 of the IPC, everyone knows that the 168 of the IPC prohibits the public servants for doing the trade business like this. If you are public servants, you can't run a trade, you can't do a business. Suppose that I am a public servant in the University of Delhi, and at the same time I can't run my travel service or any types of service or any types of job. I can't do because this is against the Section 168 of the IPC. It means during the government employee, I can do only and only reading and teaching. Except these things, I can't do anything. For other purposes, I am not allowed. That will be violation of Section 168 of the IPC, as well as, yes, that will be violation of 168. Here this is the three important dates, and after that, as you know that here there are three persons. Rajendra Singh Chawla and Kawarjit Singh Kakkar, both were the very good friends. And as you know that there are several examples of the good friends, and as you know that it is not the political class, but for the joke I can say that everyone knows that Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah ji both are the good friends. And as you know that before some days, Joe Biden and Mr. Barack Obama both are also good friends and at the world level. Here both the friends were good friends. Dr. Rajinder and Kawarjit Singh both were the good friends. They were employee in the Ludhiana. Ludhiana is the district of the Punjab. They were employee of the state government of Punjab, and where they were doing their job, they were doing job in the Ludhiana district. As you know that here Raman Singh is the just opposite party. Raman Singh is the complainant, and according to the complainant, he complained that one day he visited the clinic run by the Rajendran and Kamarjit Singh case. They were taking 100 rupees as a fee for giving the medicine, for writing the prescriptions. That's why Raman Kumar approached to the police station and he made the complaint. And what was the complaint? According to his complaint, he was alleging that both are the government employee, so both can't do any types of work outside the hospital, and they can't run a private clinic in the evening times. So that's why on the basis of his complaint, vigilance department trapped both of them, and vigilance department found that both were running the clinic in the evening times. It means both were practicing in evening and for giving the medicines, for writing the prescriptions for the blood test, they were taking the 100 rupees. And according to and it was FIR was registered. And on the basis of that, FIR was registered under these particular sections, and it was alleged that taking the 100 rupees will come under the category of illegal gratification. It means it will be come under the category of corruption. The question is that whether taking fee by the medical practitioners will come under the category of corruption. Honorable Supreme Court said that no, this is not the kind of corruption. Although they will be punished, action can be taken against them, but at least this is not the corruption. अब सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि अगर वो डॉक्टर कह रहा है कि आप हमारे यहाँ से दवा लेंगे तो आपको 100 रुपये देना पड़ेगा, आप किसी और हॉस्पिटल में चले जाइए अगर आपको नहीं देना चाहते हैं तो ठीक है कि दिस इज द वायलेशन ऑफ द सर्विस रूल, बट एटलीस्ट दिस इज नॉट द करप्शन. At least this is not the corruption. It means my point is that my students must try to understand difference between violation of the service rule and corruption. Every types of violation of service rule will not come under the category of corruption. Okay, suppose that during the government employee I can't run coaching. At the same time I started to run coaching, and Achilles came and deposited fees, and he took the classes 1 year. After 1 year, he lodged an FIR against me, and he was saying that I had given 1 lakh rupees as a bribe, and Murari sir had taken the corruption, had taken the bribe. So yes, whether I had taken the bribe, whether the Achilles had given the bribe, no, of course he had not given the bribe. Although that is the violation of my service rule, for that things government can take action against me, Central Delhi University can take action against me, but that is not the bribery. My point is that bribery and violation of service rule, both are the totally different things, and the whole crux of this judgment is this. Honorable Supreme Court said that doing practice in the evening was the violation of service rule, but that was not bribery. This was the crux, and after that we will proceed further. Okay. Here is that he has written that they were taking the 100 rupees. I had already discussed all these things. There is no need to allege. As you know that here there are the issues, there are some issues. First issue is that whether doing practice, whether doing practice and taking fee will amount to corruption. Answer is that no, that will not be corruption. Whether a government doctor alleged to be doing practice, even he was doing practice in evening time, can be booked within the ambit and purview of section 13(1)(d) read with 13(2) of the PC Act? Answer is that no, they can't be booked. Why they can't be booked? Honorable Supreme Court said that taking the fee will not come under the category of bribery. Second point was that whether doing practice can be amount to an offense under section 168 of the IPC. Honorable Supreme Court said that no, it will not amount to offense under section 168. Why? Honorable Supreme Court said that to attract section 168, public servants must do trade, and here they were taking the fee that will not amount to trade, because they were taking the fee. Why they were taking the fee? For giving the service. That's why taking the fee that will not amount to the trade. And then Supreme Court said that again section 168 of the IPC will not be attracted. Regarding the third issue, whether a government doctor doing the practice in evening would amount to misconduct, under these particular rules? In one line, you can say that whether doing practice in evening was violation of service rule. Answer was that yes, that was violation of service rule. Why? Honorable Supreme Court said that Rule 15 of this rule, Rule 15 of Punjab Civil Medical Rules say that no doctors can do practice without permission of the government. And in this case, both the doctors were doing practice without taking permission from the state government. So that was clear-cut violation of section Rule 15 of the Punjab Civil and Medical State Service Class First Rule 1972. That's why you can get here the 3 points. Point is that issue is that first issue, taking the fee will amount to for taking the fee for the practice for evening practice will amount to corruption. No, taking the fee will amount to trade to attract section 168. No, that was violation of whether that was violation of rule 15. Yes. Why? Because they had not taken permission from the Punjab government for doing practice in evening. These are the 3 issues, and this is the answer. And as you know that yesterday I had already told you that what was the decision. Of course, decision of the Supreme Court I had already discussed. I know, but as you know that I am very biased person because Dean Daniel is also taking the class. That's why my focus is on him. I may be wrong, I don't know, but I will summarize everything. So don't bother about this. अब जी सेक्शन वाले आ जाए तो थोड़ा सा बायसनेस तो ऑटोमेटिक हो ही जाता है यार. चाहते तो नहीं है, लेकिन अब क्या करें, इंसान की कहीं वो होती है, कमजोरी होती है. Here decision of Supreme Court I had already discussed here. What was the decision of Supreme Court? Here para number 17 talks about the decision of the court. Here the decision of the Supreme Court can be divided into 3 parts. First part, Honorable Supreme Court said that order passed by the High Court was quashed. As you know that what was the order? Order of the High Court was that no relief was granted to the appellants, and it was ordered that yes, doing practice in evening was the corruption. Such types order was quashed by this. Wait 1 minute. Yes, Honorable Supreme Court said that such order of the High Court was wrong. Doing practice is not the corruptions. What was the position about the FIR? As you know that regarding the FIR which had been registered under section 168 of the IPC and 13 class 2, both the FIRs regarding these provisions was quashed. It means Honorable Supreme Court said that here there is no prima facie case to register the case under section either under section 168 IPC or 13 class 1D and 13 class 2 of the PC. So such FIR was quashed. Regarding the rules, whether doctor has committed any crime, whether doctor has committed any wrong, answer was that here the yes, state government is free to take action against Punjab Civil Services rules. It means Honorable Supreme Court said that doing practice in evening time was neither corruptions to attract PC Act nor trade to attract 168 of the IPC. Still, even though that is violation of service rule and against them action can be taken under the Punjab rules like this. This was the matter. Both appeals were allowed. Here I have to make some corrections. Parth, please note down because this sentence is not complete. I have to complete sentence. Come to the ratio from where I have to start new things. Ratio argument of everyone you know that. Regarding the arguments of the appellants, here the as you know that arguments of the appellant was very nice. As you know that there are two types of argument. There are two types of argument. One is the main argument and second is the alternative argument. What is the alternative argument? Alternative argument is a, you have to understand. Suppose that I want to say that Akhilesh is saying I told that Akhilesh is theft. मैंने कहा कि अखिलेश चोर है. Now yes, this is the my statement. This is the charge against the Akhilesh. Now question is that what is the main argument and what is the alternative argument of the Akhilesh? Main argument of the Akhilesh is that Millards, I am innocent. I have not committed any types of crime to attract section 378 of the IPC. This is the main argument. In the main argument, he crystal clear deny that nothing has been committed by him to which amount to theft. What is the alternate arguments of the Akhilesh? Akhilesh is saying that, okay, Millards, even in the worst condition, you can, एक मिनट और एग्जांपल लेते हैं, 380 कर लेते हैं. Sorry, there are two types of several theft, as you know that one is punishable under 379, 380. As you know that the theft committed in the house computer like this 380. He is saying that regarding the 380, there is a charge against him for committing the offense under section 380. He is saying that Millards, in main argument of the Akhilesh is that Millards, in the my argument that I had not committed any crime to attract section 380. तो 380 का पनिशमेंट ज्यादा होता है और कुछ कंडीशन भी उसके ज्यादा होते हैं. अल्टरनेटिव रेमेडी इसका क्या है? अल्टरनेटिव आर्गुमेंट कहता है, ओके मिलार्ड्स, इफ यू इन द वर्स्ट कंडीशन आई एक्सेप्ट दैट आई हैव कमिटेड थेफ्ट, बट दैट थेफ्ट is under section 379 rather than 380. उसका कहना है कि देखिए हम सीधा सीधा कहते हैं कि मैं कोई थेफ्ट नहीं किया हूं जिसके अंतर्गत जो 380 को अट्रैक्ट करे. लेकिन वर्स्ट कंडीशन में अगर हम मान भी लेते हैं कि मैंने थेफ्ट किया भी है, अगर मान भी लेते हैं कि हमने थेफ्ट किया है, तो वह थेफ्ट 379 में आएगा. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. जैसे इसका मेन आर्गुमेंट क्या है? व्हाट इज द मेन आर्गुमेंट ऑफ द अपीलांट? मेन आर्गुमेंट ऑफ द अपीलांट वाज दैट Millards, nothing offense has been committed. Nothing offense has been committed. No action can be taken. But in the alternative, okay, we can accept that we have committed the wrong. In that circumstance, you can take action under the Punjab Civil Services rules. You can take action, but you can't take action under the PC Act or IPC. इसका ये कहना था, देखिए हम लोगों ने जो भी किया हो, हम लोग एक्सेप्ट करते हैं कि मेडिकल प्रैक्टिस शाम के टाइम चला रहे थे. हम ये भी एडमिट करते हैं कि हम लोग 100 रुपीज फीस के चार्ज लेते थे. ये एडमिट है. अब बात आई कि अगर हम लोगों ने गलत किया है तो कहाँ पे सजा मिलनी चाहिए. उसने कहा कि देखिए पहले तो हम लोग गलत किए नहीं है. अगर वर्स्ट कंडीशन माना जाए कि गलत किए भी हैं तो वह हमारी गलती वो इस रूल के अंतर्गत डिसाइड होनी चाहिए, रादर देन पीसी एक्ट के अंतर्गत और आईपीसी के अंतर्गत. इस बात को तुम लोग समझ रहे हो कि नहीं भाई? किसी को प्रॉब्लम है तो बोले, नहीं तो आगे बढ़ जाऊंगा.
सर
हाँ रमेश बोलो.
सर मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, ये तो स्टेट का रूल है ना, तो स्टेट का अगर वायलेशन कर रहे हैं तो उसमें तो पनिशमेंट मिलेगा ही. साइमल्टेनियसली सेंटर ने अगर कोई लॉ बनाया है तो उसमें भी मिलेगा. तो ये तो उसके ऊपर डिसाइड करता है ना कोर्ट के ऊपर, किसके ऊपर वो पनिश करें उसको.
नहीं, देखो एक बात और बता दूं। हाँ देखो, जैसे मान लीजिए कि ये रूल हो गया, पंजाब रूल हो गया, तो
सर
पंजाब,
डॉक्यूमेंट चला गया।
एक मिनट रुक जाओ, एक मिनट रुक जाओ। जैसे मान लीजिए कि जैसे पीसी हो गया, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट हो गया, या आईपीसी हो गया, इन दोनों के अंतर्गत अगर सजा देना होगा तो कोर्ट ही दे पाएगा। पीसी एक्ट के अंतर्गत या आईपीसी के अंतर्गत स्टेट गवर्नमेंट या सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास कोई पावर नहीं है, कुछ भी वो नहीं कर सकते हैं, ठीक ना। तो पीसी के अंतर्गत, आईपीसी के अंतर्गत कोर्ट देगा। अब जो रूल होते हैं, डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन की बात होती है, जैसे मान लीजिए हम पंजाब रूल्स ले लेते हैं, या दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का सर्विस रूल हो गया। अगर हमें रूल में सजा मिलेगी तो कौन सजा देगा, क्या एक्शन लिया जाएगा हमारे खिलाफ। जैसे मान लीजिए कि हम, हमारे ऊपर चार्ज लग गया, इस तरह का चार्ज अगर हमारे ऊपर लग गया, तो पीसी और आईपीसी का रहेगा, तब तो कोर्ट डिसाइड करेगी। अगर रूल के वायलेशन की बात रहेगी तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, हमारे दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी हमारे खिलाफ एक्शन लेगी। अब दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी क्या क्या हमारे खिलाफ एक्शन ले सकती है। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के पास पावर है कि हमें सस्पेंड कर दे। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के पास पावर है कि हमें डिसमिस कर दे। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के पास पावर है कि डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन लेकर के हमारे सैलरी को रोक दे। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी के पास पावर है कि हमें 3 साल 4 साल यूनिवर्सिटी में एंट्री बंद कर दे। ये जितने काम आपको मैं बता रहा हूँ, ये रूल के अंतर्गत होते हैं। मतलब हमारे कहने का मतलब होता है कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट या हर एक एम्प्लॉयर अपना एक इंटरनल मैनेजमेंट करता है, कि इंटरनल मैनेजमेंट के अंतर्गत हम बच्चे पर एक्शन ले सके, टीचर पर एक्शन ले सके। जैसे मान लीजिए कि आप ही के ऊपर करप्शन का चार्ज लग जाए, तो रूल कहता है कि अगर दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का कोई भी स्टूडेंट अगर पकड़ा जाता है चीटिंग करते समय, तो यूनिवर्सिटी भी उसके खिलाफ एक्शन ले सकती है। और दूसरी बात, अगर वही यूनिवर्सिटी कंप्लेन कर दे, आपका एफआईआर कर दे 420 के अंतर्गत कि आप चीटिंग कर रहे थे और आपके खिलाफ 420 का सेक्शन लगेगा, तो उसी इमीडिएट पुलिस आएगी और आपको क्लास से उठा करके जेल में डाल देगी। स्टूडेंट कहता है ना कि हम चीटिंग तो कर रहे, हमारा कोई क्या बिगाड़ लेगा। नहीं, बिगाड़ने को तो बहुत बिगाड़ लेता है, लेकिन आदमी क्या करता है, देखकर अनजान बनता है। आपके खिलाफ हम रेस्टिकेट भी, आपके खिलाफ रेस्टिकेट भी कर सकते हैं, तुरंत पुलिस बुला करके जेल भी भिजवा सकते हैं। ये दोनों काम एक साथ।
करेक्ट करेक्ट, यू आर राइट।
तो
ये कि बीइंग अ सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया, उसमें सर जो डिपार्टमेंटल इंक्वायरी है वो तो है ही, अगर किसी ने कंप्लेन की है, लेकिन
हाँ,
साइमल्टेनियसली अगर कोई सिविल में भी कंप्लेन करता है तो दोनों जुरिडिक्शन बनता है, दोनों में
लेकिन बस इतना एक फर्क होता है कि जब आप में डिपार्टमेंटल एक्शन लिया जाता है, तो हमेशा लिबरल इंटरप्रिटेशन का, लिबरल एक्शन का एक स्कोप रहता है। जैसे मान लीजिए हमारे खिलाफ ही अगर हमारे टीचर एक्शन ले, तो हम बहुत हद तक संभावना रहेगी कि 90% को अपने फेवर में तो करेंगे। तो मतलब हर एक आदमी चाहता है कि भाई हमें कोर्ट से सजा मिलने की बजाय हमें डिपार्टमेंटल सजा मिले, ताकि उसको हम थोड़ा बहुत कम बेसी जो भी हो, या कम सजा मिलेगी। तो हर एक व्यक्ति कोर्ट से बचना चाहता है। अब इसमें आर्गुमेंट यही है, इसका ये कहना नहीं है कि हमें कुछ सजा ही ना मिले, हमारे खिलाफ कोई एक्शन ही ना ले। इसका तो बस इतना ग्रीवांस है कि हमारे खिलाफ एक्शन लीजिए। हम लोग मानते हैं कि हम लोगों ने प्रैक्टिस किया वो गलत है, आप एक्शन लीजिए, लेकिन आप जो डिपार्टमेंटल एक्शन है हमारे खिलाफ, जो रूल बनाया गया है डॉक्टर को के बिहेवियर को, प्रैक्टिस को कंट्रोल करने के लिए, उसके अंतर्गत हमारे खिलाफ एक्शन लीजिए। आप हमें आईपीसी और पीसी के खिलाफ एक्शन मत लीजिए। तो टोटल आर्गुमेंट इनके 2 पॉइंट में हम डिवाइड कर देते हैं। अपिलांस खुद कहता है यू कैन टेक एक्शन अगेंस्ट मी, अगेंस्ट अस, इन केस ऑफ द पंजाब रूल्स। सेकेंड पार्ट है Appellant's argument है कि but you can't take action against us under the PC Act and IPC Act। तो कोर्ट का जजमेंट यही आता है कि यस, एक्शन अगेंस्ट देम कैन बी टेकन अंडर द रूल्स, बट एक्शन अगेंस्ट देम कांट बी टेकन अंडर द पीसी एक्ट और द आईपीसी एक्ट। यही बस आर्गुमेंट है, इतना ही समझना है और कोई समझने की बात नहीं है। चलिए अब हम आगे बढ़ेंगे।
ओके सर।
थैंक यू तो कह दो भैया, थैंक यू कहो।
थैंक यू सर, बट इसमें थोड़ा
बस करो, बस
मैं
करो, अब कुछ मत बोलो।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सर।
हाँ, मजाक करते हैं, टीचिंग सीरियस कभी नहीं होता है. So my point is here argument is that Millards, there was no medical instruments at residence. There was he was giving, they were giving the treatments on the basis of humanitarian grounds. They were treating the they were giving the medicines on the basis of humanitarian grounds. देखो कई डॉक्टर इस तरह के हैं जो कि बहुत ही अच्छे ह्यूमैनिटेरियन ग्राउंड्स पे दवा देते हैं. बीएचयू में भी कई अच्छे अच्छे डॉक्टर हैं जो दवा देते हैं. तो उसका यही कहना था कि दे वर गिविंग द ट्रीटमेंट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटेरियन ग्राउंड्स. एंड थर्ड आर्गुमेंट वाज दैट इफ गवर्नमेंट वांट टू टेक एक्शन अगेंस्ट अस, they can take action under the Punjab Civil Services rules, but they can't take action under the PC Act or with the or under the IPC Act. Main argument was that why they were saying that Millards, we had not committed any types of corruptions. What was the argument of them? Argument was that them Millards, we were accepting the fee. We were accepting the fee. How much they were accepting the fee? They were 100 rupees. They were accepting 100 rupees fee. He was saying that Millards, taking fee is not illegal gratification for official duties. उसने कहा कि we were taking the fee and that fee will not amount to illegal gratification for official duties. Suppose that I am facing economic problem, shortage of money. I made a plan that okay, in the morning time I am free and I want to take online classes, and I will allow only those students who will pay fee. For one class you have to pay 500 rupees. Whether some students registered and paid the fee and they started to take class. At that time, whether that fee, whatever they have paid, that will amount to corruption? Answer will be that no, that will not amount to corruptions. Here the Bhaskar had asked the question, what is the meaning of corruption? I will reply, what is the meaning of corruption? Because in this case, Honorable Supreme Court itself had defined what is the meaning of the corruptions. हमारा क्वेश्चन अच्छा है, मैं बाइलक देख लिया था मैसेज में, अदरवाइज देखता तो नहीं हूँ, लेकिन बताऊंगा, अभी वेट करो. He was that taking the fee was not the illegal gratification, so that was not an offense under Section 31B. According to Section 168 of IPC, yes, to attract the IPC, here there must be trade. If anything which does not come under the definition of trade, that will not amount to offense under Section 168. 168 said that doing trade by public servants. Doing trade by public servants, and that was, he was saying that taking the fee was not the trade, and he had started the one case in his favor. Name of the case is that State of Gujarat versus Mahesh Kumar Dheerajlal Thakkar. Name of the case is that State of Gujarat versus Mahesh Kumar Dheerajlal Thakkar. It was cited, and what was the ratio of this case? In this case, Honorable Supreme Court had already told you that fee does not come under the category of trade. What was the next argument? According to the next argument was that Millards, there was one issue in the state of Punjab. What was the issue in state of Punjab? Some teachers were taking coaching. Some teachers were taking classes in coaching. Vigilance Department of the Punjab registered cases against them under the Prevention of Corruption Act. कुछ टीचर शाम के टाइम को क्लासेस, कोचिंग क्लासेस रन कर रहे थे, और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट पंजाब की सरकार ने, विजिलेंस डिपार्टमेंट ने उनके खिलाफ करप्शन का केस रजिस्टर्ड कर लिया. इट मीन्स अर्लियर Vigilance Department registered FIR against the teachers for running the coaching center, for running the private coaching centers. Later on, Vigilance Department realized it's wrong. Later on, Vigilance Department realized it's wrong and issued a notification. And according to the notification, it was said that taking the coaching classes, that will not come under the कैटेगरी ऑफ प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट। कोर्ट ने, विजिलेंस डिपार्टमेंट को बाद में रियलाइज हुआ कि अगर एक आदमी टीचर है, अगर वो प्राइवेट में कोचिंग रन कर रहा है जो करना नहीं चाहिए, तो रन कर रहा है तो क्या वो करप्शन है? तो विजिलेंस डिपार्टमेंट ने ये बाद में माना कि अगर कोई टीचर कोचिंग के क्लासेस रन कर रहा है तो करप्शन का केस नहीं है। ठीक है कि उसके खिलाफ डिपार्टमेंटल एक्शन होगा, बाकी कुछ कोई भी मैटर हो, कोई भी अपराध हो, एटलीस्ट रनिंग कोचिंग सेंटर इज नॉट come under the category of corruption. On the basis of the arguments, it was argued that, Millards, there is no case sustainable either under the PC Act or IPC Act. If you want to take action against us, you can take action. State can take action under this rule. We are not going to discuss. Okay. Come to the here. What is the third point? Statutory provisions. As you know that every time we discuss something, what was the law in that case? As you know that here the rule 15 is the important. Rule 15 of the medical rules clearly says that this rule 15 can be divided into two parts. This rule can be divided into two classes, two parts. According to the rule, as you know that I always divide rule exceptions, how to read. So here the class, rule. Here the rule first, sub rule first says that granting permission. Here the rules, rule 1 says that, sub rule 1, this rule says that granting permission. It can be interpreted in two parts. Here that private practice, no private practice. What is the point here then? No private practice. Second part, yes, private practice is allowed, but subject to permission of the government. As the government, if you are central government employee, central government. If you are state government employee, state government. Here what is this point? This point says that you can't do private practice. Why is see the rule? Rule 15 talks about private practice. It says that you can't run private practice, but the exception is that yes, you can run the private practice with the permission of the state government. What was the argument? What was the argument? According to them, Millards, that was not corruption. उसका कहना था कि सर हम लोग ने सिर्फ परमिशन ही नहीं लिया है, अगर परमिशन ले लेते तो इस रूल का वायलेशन नहीं होता। तो हमारे कहने का मतलब है, इनका आर्गुमेंट ये था कि ये ब्राइबरी का इशू बनता ही नहीं है। कौन सी ऐसी गवर्नमेंट है जो आपको ऑथराइज कर दे कि आप ब्राइबरी लीजिए, हम आपको परमिशन दे रहे हैं? क्या किसी ऐसी सरकार की आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं इस लोकतंत्र में जो अपने कर्मचारियों को अलाउ कर दे कि यह कर्मचारी को हम परमिशन देते हैं ये करप्शन लेगा, और इस कर्मचारी को हम परमिशन नहीं देते ये करप्शन नहीं लेगा? मान लीजिए कि शहबाज और अखिलेश हम एम्प्लॉयर हैं, क्या हम कह सकते हैं कि अखिलेश ब्राइबरी लेने के लिए अलाउ है और शहबाज अलाउ नहीं है? तो इसका कहना यही था कि हम लोग का जो भी मैटर है वो ब्राइबरी में नहीं आता है। अगर ब्राइबरी में आता तो इस काम को स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कभी परमिशन देता ही नहीं। तो ये इशू एक सिंपल इशू है जिसमें हम लोगों ने रन किया है, प्राइवेट प्रैक्टिस किया है विदाउट परमिशन ऑफ द government. So this is the violation of, this may be violation of rule 15, but never violation of section 13 of the PC Act. शायद तुम लोग आर्गुमेंट अब समझ गए होंगे कि सेंट्रल को बस इसका इतना ही मतलब था, ठीक है? अगर नहीं समझ में आएगा तो बोल देना, क्योंकि क्लास का कोई बाउंडेशन नहीं है, रात का टाइम है, कम बेसी हो सकता है, इतना कुछ डरने की बात नहीं है। As you know that regarding the 13(1)(d), what is the important point is that according to this important point was that he was saying that okay, first ingredient is that there must be public servant. On this issue there was no dispute because both the doctors were the public servants. They were employed in the government hospital run by the state of Punjab. Second point is that he must have used corrupt or illegal means. Corrupt or illegal means to obtain for himself or any other. The point is that whether they were taking the fees, whether taking the fees will amount to corruption, whether taking the fee will amount to illegal means. Honorable Supreme Court said that no, that is not the illegal means. Whatever they were taking the fee, at least that was not the illegal means. Okay. Come to the here regarding the 168. What is the IPC 168? Regarding the essential gradient of this is that uh, point is that you can make that a public servant unlawfully engaging in a trade, unlawfully engaging in a trade. It was said that Millards here trade always includes some benefits, some motives. What is the motive? Motive to earn the money. The here point is that that is the important point according to argument. As you know that earlier I had already told you that that is not the fee is not the trade, and it was observed. What is the ratio of the case? That is the important case, and I think that whatever Bhaskar had asked the questions, that is the answer of that case. I will reply. Answer is that Bhaskar का ही है ना? शायद हाँ हिंदी नहीं समझ पा सक पढ़ क्या लिखे भाई अच्छा हिंदी नहीं समझ पाते क्या रवि अच्छा तुम कहा भाई अपने में कमेंट कर रहे हो यार करप्शन होता क्या है अच्छा चलो देख लेता हूँ X31 days ठीक है मैं देता हूँ रिप्लाई करता हूँ yes here the ratios of the corruptions this is the important point do you know why we are reading this case we are reading this case only and only to discuss what is the meaning of the corruption that is a very good question as you know that I tried to understand meaning of the corruption and I observed when I started to write meaning of the corruption in the very beginning I read IPC as you know that earlier in the IPC corruption word had been defined but later on that had been deleted and in the old PC Act corruption was not specifically defined even in the new PC Act it was not specifically defined even in some reports of the Law Commission of India corruption word has not been thoroughly defined मतलब corruption word का एक ऐसा दुर्भाग्य है जो कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट वर्ड है वो करप्शन वर्ड डिफाइन ही नहीं किया गया है जबकि अगर हम प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं तो एटलीस्ट हमें डिफाइन होना चाहिए एटलीस्ट हमें मालूम होना चाहिए कि करप्शन क्या है ये इस एक्ट का दुर्भाग्य है अब लोग कहते हैं कि व्हाई करप्शन वर्ड हैड नॉट बीन डिफाइंड अंडर दिस पर्टिकुलर एक्ट देयर आर सेवरल रीजंस some people say that it is not possible to define the corruptions so that is the but these such types of reason is not sustainable जैसे मान लीजिए कि अगर उत्तर प्रदेश या किसी भी राज्य में अगर लव जिहाद की जब बात आती है कि लव जिहाद पर एक कानून बनाया जाना चाहिए तो सबसे बड़ा डिफिकल्टी यही आएगा कि लव का मीनिंग क्या है अब हमें लगता है कि जो हम लिख कर भेजे हैं कि लव एक ऐसी चीज है कि जिसमें डूबते जाइए मजा ही मजा आता है तो लव का डिफिनेशन देखते हैं कि भाई लव होता क्या है और एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंजिंग होगा कि व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ लव and at that time we will show our intellect and we will send our recommendations regarding the meaning of the love इतना तो भाई देश के लिए बनता ही है तो किया जाएगा तो इसमें करप्शन का मीनिंग डिफाइन नहीं हुआ see the what was the meaning observed by honorable Supreme Court on the critical analysis and argument in the light of the definitions it was said that corruption is defined under the Prevention of Corruption Act in preamble. See here, although word has been said that corruption word has been defined, but it has not been defined. Here the sense has been drawn. For example, here Corruption's Prevention of Corruption Act in its preamble and under section 17, it clearly emerges that it says that from the combined reading of the Prevention of Corruption Act, for the Prevention of Corruption Act, its preamble and under section 7 of the act what meaning of the corruption emerges that is the important points and with the help of this case we can say that in the case of Kamarjit Singh Kakkar versus State of Punjab Honorable Supreme Court said that what was observed? Corruption is an acceptance. Corruption is an acceptance or demand. Acceptance or demand. Which things acceptance or demand of illegal gratification? Now, as you know that after 2019, illegal gratification has been defined. In the new act, you can find out the meaning of illegal gratification. Here, the corruption is the acceptance or demand of illegal gratification for doing an official act. For doing an official act. अब इसमें एक लाइन है, करप्शन इज एक्सेप्टेंस और डिमांड ऑफ इलीगल ग्रेटिफिकेशन फॉर डूइंग एन ऑफिशियल एक्ट. अब देखिए, अगर एक मिनट अगर हमें आप दें तो मैं इसको क्रिटिसाइज करना चाहूंगा. जैसे मान लीजिए कि हमने पहले भी कहा, ये बहुत इट माइट बी दैट दैट डेफिनेशन वाज good at that time in 2011, but at present time this is totally, it is not good. For example, as you know that after 2018 corruptions, it means if you are giving bribery, that will also be corruptions. If you are giving the money for the illegal purposes, that will be amount to corruptions. As you know that after amendment, giving and taking both come under the category of prevention of corruption. It means giving and taking both come under the category of corruptions. And here these definitions includes only and only taking. It is silent about giving. जैसे मान लीजिए कि I am public servant. Sabaj is the general people. What is okay? Here regarding the my point of corruption, here this is the definition. Corruption is acceptance if I am accepting or if I am demanding. अगर समाज मुझे कुछ दे रहा है कि सर आप 100 रुपया ले लीजिए, आप हमें अटेंडेंस दे दीजिए, तो अगर मैं उसको एक्सेप्ट कर रहा हूँ तो करप्शन हुआ. If I demand, समाज give me 100 rupees, otherwise I will not put your attendance, that will be demand. And that is illegal gratification. Why this is the illegal gratification? Because if a student had already attended the class, that's why he has a right to take the attendance. It is not the matter. For doing an official act, yes, taking classes, giving the attendance, this is my official duty. My point is that in this definition, corruptions committed by the public servant, that is the Murari, is covered under this act, but corruption committed by the Sabaz is not covered under this particular act. हमें लग रहा है कि मैं हिंदू हूँ इसलिए मेरे खिलाफ करप्शन का केस बना दे रहा है, और शहबाज मुस्लिम है इसीलिए उसके खिलाफ करप्शन का केस नहीं बना रहा. घोर अन्याय हो रहा है. शहबाज ले रहे हो कि नहीं क्लास? तो ओके, तो दिस इज द क्या
आवाज नहीं है सर.
नहीं लगेगा, देवदास बन के घूम रहा है. ओके okay, corruption is the acceptance of illegal. Okay, this is the first point. You can say that after definition, after the amendment in 2018, this definition is not the good, but it may be relevant. What were the some examples were also cited. Later on, it was said that Honorable Supreme Court said that we find no difficulty in accepting the submission. Accepting the submission means in arguments of the appellants. Honorable Supreme Court said that we find no difficulty in accepting the submission and endorsing the view that demand receipt of fee while doing private practice by itself can't be held to be illegal gratification. Honorable Supreme Court ने कहा कि taking fee for doing the private practice, that is not the illegal gratifications. That is not the illegal gratification. That's why on the basis of this definition, relief was granted to both the appellants regarding the PC Act. Okay, because doing practice and taking the fee is not the illegal gratifications. That is the meaning of the corruptions. It means you can say that what is the meaning of corruptions? What will not come under the category of meaning of corruptions? Okay. And another example is that what will not be corruptions. Okay. you can say that in this case you can find out two example, and both examples say that what is not the corruption. For example, first example is here. First example here is that taking the fee for doing the private practice for giving the medicines, that will not the corruptions. Second example was that here another example is that it is the extended form of this example. In our view, Honorable Supreme Court said that here preposterous means absurd, not good law. It would be, Honorable Supreme Court said that it would be preposterous in our view to hold if a doctor charges fee same to, it means nothing. Okay, there is only one example here. This is a clarification of this. Okay, it means this is the example in which Honorable Supreme Court said that what is not amount to corruptions. Third part, what is the corruptions? It means there are three parts. This part is the meaning, this part is the what is not the corruption, and this part what is the corruptions. These are three parts. Okay, you can divide this part in meaning, first point, second point what is corruption, example, थर्ड पॉइंट व्हाट इज नॉट करप्शन, एग्जाम्पल. कितना एग्जाम्पल लिख दोगे, बाकी 2018 का अमेंडमेंट लिख देना कि भाई इस अमेंडमेंट के आने के बाद अब गिविंग एंड टेकिंग बोथ आर द करप्शन. दैट इज द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. The point is that what is corruptions. Honorable Supreme Court again cited two examples. According to that example, it was said that एक मिनट. Yes, it was said that if any doctors, if however for the sake of assumption, it was alleged that doctors while doing private took money by way of illegal gratification for admitting the patients in the government hospital. As you know that at present time there is a shortage of the hospital due to the COVID-19, and if anyone is going to the hospital and saying that doctors have provided me bed, he will say that, oh, there is a bed, there is an empty bed, but this is not available. It means if you pay something, I will provide, otherwise you can visit other hospital. It means that is clear-cut corruption. That is the clear-cut corruption. It means in your example, in your semester exam, if you write an example with the help of COVID-19 and demanding of the money by the clerks, by the doctors for admitting the patients, and if you say that such types of activity will be corruptions, according to the example cited by the cited in the case of Komarjit Singh case, I hope that in that circumstances you will get good marks. Another example is that any other offense of criminal nature like prescribing unnecessary surgery for the purpose of extracting money by way of professional fees and a host of other circumstances. As you know that Gabbar is back. Everyone has seen that movie Gabbar is back, and in that movie it has been clearly shown that how doctors takes illegal money from the patients. अब सबको याद आ गया होगा Gabbar is back. Another example you can cite that in the 99% cases what is going on in the metropolitan cities, if the woman is the pregnant and if she is going to medical hospitals for the treatment, in 99% cases doctors are doing surgery. That issue was raised in the parliament as well as in the Delhi Legislative Assembly, but nothing has been done. मतलब ये है कि शहरों में अगर लेडीज प्रेग्नेंट है, अगर हमारी माँ बहन पत्नी को अगर प्रेग्नेंट है कोई, अगर कोई हॉस्पिटल में जाती है तो डॉक्टर थोड़ा सा देख करके अगर आपकी कैपेसिटी ठीक है तुरंत बता देगा कि इनका सर्जरी होगा. 99% केसेस में मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटी चाहे कोलकाता हो, चाहे हैदराबाद हो, चाहे बंगलोर, कहीं पर भी हो, वो सर्जरी ही हो रहा है. नॉर्मल केस को भी सर्जरी, नॉर्मल में उनको 10,000 मिलेगा और उनका अगर सर्जरी का रहेगा तो उनका 1 लाख बन जाएगा. जैसे यहाँ पे जैसे हमारे वाइफ के केस में, ह्यूमन के केस में बच्चे का वो नॉर्मल सर्जरी का 25,000 था और सर्जरी का 45,000 था. जब सर्जरी का था वो बोली कि नहीं, हाँ भाई कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा तो मैं रिस्क नहीं लूंगी. हमने कहा ठीक जो करना करो. अभी उसने बता दिया 1 लाख का, ठीक ना. इसीलिए मैं तुम लोगों से उम्मीद करता हूँ कि भाई शादी ब्याह तभी करोगे जब तक कि कुछ खर्च उठाने की काबिलियत हो। अदरवाइज थोड़ा देर ही सही, कोई जल्दी नहीं है कि नहीं, शादी कर लो। अब पैसा जब पत्नी के पास तो ठीक है, कुछ गलत बोल रहा हूँ, बट माई पॉइंट इज दैट इज जैसे शादी करो, एंजॉय करो लाइफ को। तो माई पॉइंट इज दैट हियर डॉक्टर इज प्रिस्क्राइबिंग अननेसेसरी सर्जरी by extracting the money that will amount to the corruption. I hope that he is also getting the point that what is the corruption, what is not the corruption. Yes. Next point here is that the one more important case was cited regarding the Raj Rajendra Singh State versus State of Jharkhand. Jharkhand. In this case, what was happened? In this case, complainant of father, थोड़ा सा गलती, इन दिस केस कंप्लेनेंट ऑफ फादर, यहाँ गलत हो रहा है थोड़ा सा मुझसे कि मैं गलत लिख दिया हूँ। इसमें वो होना चाहिए था कि इसमें ये फैक्ट था ना कि एक का पिता बीमार रहता है और उसका बेटा जो है सर्जरी हॉस्पिटल के लिए जाता है, उसका ये फैक्ट है। मैं थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे गलत लिख दिया हूँ। हियर आई शुड हैव रिटन दैट इन द केस कंप्लेनेंट हु वाज द सन ऑफ द विक्टिम, ऐसे होना चाहिए। नहीं नहीं, अच्छा नेक्स्ट लाइन यही है, कंप्लेनेंट ऑफ फादर was admitted in government hospital. Okay, leave it. In this case, suppose that Z was admitted in the hospital. A is the son of the Z. A was informed that if you will not pay huge amount, that is the 500 rupees. You can say that, sir, this is not the huge amount. But if you say that if you are a poor person and the case was decided in 2018, that will be amount to huge amount. मनी क्या होता है कि पर्सन टू पर्सन वेरी करता है। अगर जिसका आमदनी 1 लाख रुपया हो उसके लिए 500 रुपया बहुत ही कम है। अगर जिसकी कुछ आमदनी हो ही ना, अगर उसके अकाउंट में 500 या 1000 रुपया भी कहीं से मिल जाए, चाहे सरकार ही भेज दे, तो उसके लिए बहुत बड़ा रिलीफ होता है। दैट इज द गुड थिंग्स। इसमें यही था कि ही वाज डिमांडिंग द 500 रुपीज टू गिव द प्रॉपर रेमेडी, अदरवाइज ही विल नॉट गिव द प्रॉपर रेमेडी। On that matter, doctor was convicted under the Prevention of Corruption Act. It means you can cite another example, and another example is that in the case of Raj Rajendra case, you can cite in your case. And there was Supreme Court that on whom burden of proof lies. If it is alleged that the doctor, public servants had given the money, in that case, burden will be lies over the public servant to establish that it was not by way of illegal gratification. Suppose that I had alleged that doctor had taken the money in a way of illegal gratification. Then it will be burden over the doctors to prove that no, millards, that was not the illegal gratification. I had received money to give the medical treatments, and the condition was worst, and it was required money. In this way, it means burden of proof shall lies over the public servants to prove that that was not the illegal gratification. Regarding the ingredients of the offense, what was the point is that Honorable Supreme Court said that here the ingredients of the offense will have to do with deduced from the fact and circumstances obtained in the particular case. It was observed that in this particular case, a most important and vital check before public servant can be put. Yes, it was said that regarding the facts of the case must be deducted. Whether there was corruption or not, it must be decided on the basis of fact and circumstances of each and every case. Regarding the it is not trade, Honorable Supreme Court that taking the fee is not come under the section 168, that is not the trade. So he was not convicted even for IPC also. Regarding the, as you know that regarding decision of Supreme Court, I had already decided that order of High Court was set aside. FIR was quashed, which had been registered under section 168 as well as 13. And regarding the proceeding under PCC, it was allowed that if states wants to take action against them, state can take action against them. And wholeheartedly thanks everyone who supported in this journey. Okay. I hope that everyone have got the points. हाँ चलो, थैंक्स एवरीवन।